She said I was too ugly to get a man. It happened years ago back in college. One of those friendships you hold on to longer than you should, just because you've known each other so long. Her name was Jess. We met in freshman orientation, clicked instantly, and became almost inseparable. But from the start, something always felt uneven. Jess had a sharp tongue. She called it just jokes, but most of the time they came at my expense. "Girl, you're lucky I hang out with you," she'd say, laughing like she was doing me a favor. Sometimes she'd poke at my clothes or the way I styled my hair, but the worst was when she talked about guys. "No offense," she'd say casually one day while we were scrolling through Instagram, "but you're just not the type men go for. You're like background pretty." I laughed. I always laughed. What else was I supposed to do? Tell her it hurt? I remember once. This was maybe junior year. We were at a little get-together at her apartment. Music playing, drinks flowing, and I was sitting alone on the couch while everyone paired off. Jess walked by, drink in hand, and said, loud enough for a few people to hear, "Still single, huh? Told you. Too ugly to get a man." I smiled like it was funny. Went home early that night and cried into my pillow like I was 15 again. It only got worse when she got a boyfriend. His name was Ryan. At first, I was genuinely happy for her. I wanted to believe she'd finally mellow out a little, stop comparing everything to who's dating and who's not. But she weaponized it. "He's so loyal," she'd say with a smirk. "I could leave you two alone and nothing would happen. You're not his type. Trust me." That one stung more than the rest. Not because I wanted her boyfriend, but because she genuinely believed I was invisible to people. Like I had nothing to offer. No beauty, no presence, no worth. Then came the night that changed everything. We were at a house party. Jess disappeared upstairs with some friends, off doing God knows what. I was bored, standing in the kitchen nursing a watered-down rum and coke when Ryan walked in. "Hey," he said, leaning on the counter next to me. "You okay? You look like you'd rather be anywhere else." I chuckled. "You're not wrong." He laughed. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't flirtatious either. It was human. For the first time, someone who didn't have to be nice to me just was. He asked about my major, my favorite movies, how I liked growing up where I did. And he listened. Fully, attentively, like what I had to say mattered. After that night, things shifted. He started texting me, just friendly at first. Memes, class notes, saw this and thought of you kind of stuff. But our conversations got deeper, longer, more frequent. I was cautious. I knew what it looked like. But the truth is, I felt seen for the first time in years. Then came the moment. You know the one. It was late. We'd been hanging out, just us, talking about everything. Life, regrets, dreams. We were sitting on the floor of my apartment, eating takeout, when he looked at me and said, "You're nothing like she says you are." I looked at him, confused. "What do you mean?" "She talks about you like you're disposable. But you're the most grounded person I've met here." There was a pause. And then it happened. A kiss. Soft, hesitant, but real. We didn't plan to fall in love, but it happened. Jess found out a few weeks later. I won't go into the full explosion, but it was nuclear. She called me every name in the book, blocked me on everything, told anyone who would listen that I was a snake, a backstabber, a jealous freak who couldn't stand to see her happy. Ryan broke up with her, officially. He told me later he'd been ready to for a while. Said being with her felt like walking on glass. She had always said no man would ever want me. Now I'm married to hers. We've been together 7 years. We have 2 kids. Messy, loud, hilarious kids who inherited his patience and my stubbornness. We live in a cozy house where love fills the walls. And every now and then, I look back and think about the girl who used to tell me I was too ugly to be loved. She was wrong. Because the truth is, it's not about being the prettiest girl in the room. It's about being with someone who sees you, really sees you. And I'm seen. Fully. Finally.